Hi, this is Riddick Big Daddy Bo, two-time former world heavyweight champion, and you're watching Cool True Sports.
True School Sports.
True School Sports.
There you go, champ. Thank you.
Joey Scott.
Go ahead, go now, go.
How you doing? My name is Coach Joey Scott of True Fit Athletics, CEO and founder of True Fit Athletics. I am the strength and conditioning coach of the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world and soon to be two-time WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber himself, Deontay, the bronze bomber Wilder, baby.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you, Joey.
Nice to meet you too, man. It's a pleasure all mine.
Yeah, man. So you mentioned Deontay Wilder.
Right.
You know, a lot of things happened in the ring and out the ring.
Okay.
I don't know what you're allowed to disclose or aren't allowed to disclose, but what exactly happened that night with Deontay Wilder that led to that performance?
Man, a lot of things. The only thing I can tell you, right, about our camp, we really don't focus on the problem that happened. We focus on the solution.
Okay.
How we're gonna fix it. You know. So, did you see 100% Deontay Wilder? I think that the world, his true fans, know that that wasn't 100% Deontay Wilder, and that's really all that people need to understand. Really, they don't have to understand it. You know, we know what went wrong. We know how to fix it, and we will fix it in this upcoming trilogy. Deontay, he's strong-minded. He's never been fazed about an L. He's never been fazed about losing. For the simple fact, all the greatest of all time has lost.
That's true.
You know, Muhammad Ali has lost. Mike Tyson has lost. Roy Jones Jr. has lost. You know, I mean, the only one that we could say haven't lost was, you know, of course, Mayweather. You know,
And Rocky Marciano.
and Rocky Marciano. You know, so the thing is, you know, losing comes with the game. You know, it's not about how you take the L. It's about what you do after the L is taken. Sometimes you got to lose in order to win. You know, sometimes you don't lose. You know, it's a learning experience because you understand yourself. You understand what comes with this game in any sport. You know, Usain Bolt wasn't undefeated, but guess what? He became an icon and a legend in the sport. You know, look at Canelo. You know, he lost. You understand what I'm saying? But look at him now.
Evander Holyfield had 10 losses.
Oh man, you know, amen.
And nobody says he's any less great.
Yeah. So the thing is, I think a lot of people, you know, and I'm gonna get a little personal right here.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that if you notice, those who take L's in quiet, that's been quiet, you don't hear the public point finger and make memes of it. But those who stand for something more than boxing, once they lose, then everyone has something to say negative about that person. Is the world ready to get another a person? I don't want to say another person like Muhammad Ali, but because he's not like Muhammad Ali. He's like Deontay Wilder. Is the world ready for that? Because Deontay don't box for the fans per se. You know, he loves entertaining the fans, but he boxed to uplift his culture. He boxed to be on a platform where he can have a voice for his culture as a whole. Man, that's what he stepped in that ring for, and his family. You know, and to create generation wealth for his family when he's gone. You know, and to me, that weighs more than a person just getting in the ring and being a gladiator. What do you stand for? You understand? Like me, I'm a 3-time Olympic coach.
Okay.
And the thing is, I don't coach just to coach. I coach because I want to make a difference in athletes' lives. I want them to walk away knowing that they have a peace of mind, knowing that they can accomplish any barrier that gets in their way, and that's how Deontay thinks. This loss wasn't a loss. This loss was a learn. And he's going to learn from his mistakes, and he's going to learn from what happened, and that's going to make him even much hungrier. He's hungry right now. He's ready to get in that ring right now, but he understands that it's a process to doing that.
100%.
And he's willing to do that.
One question I think that it'd be good to have someone like you answer is, what do you feel is like the biggest misconception about Deontay Wilder?
The biggest misconception is, the biggest misconception about Deontay is, a lot of people probably take his confidence for arrogance. He's a gentle giant. If you ain't noticed, Deontay is a family man. You know, he's really a people's champ. Deontay would take an hour to walk from here to there just from signing autographs.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
So the misconception that people get is, he's arrogant, I'm glad he lost. No, he's not. I don't know what true fighter would actually say that they're not great. You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what athlete, like professional athlete, period, says they want Deontay to say that Mike Tyson will beat me, yeah, Muhammad Ali will beat me, but what true champion actually says something like that? You can give him his homage, give them their homage, but at the end of the day, he's going to also give himself homage because he trained hard for a reason. He trained hard, he go through the fire for a reason. When nobody was believing in him, when he was knocking out all of his opponents, when he was coming up in the amateur game, when he was coming up in the professional game, you know, everybody said that he wasn't fighting nobody.
Yeah.
He's fighting somebody because he's doing this to grown men. He's fighting somebody because anybody that's willing to step in that square circle is somebody. You understand? So, you know, what do people get the misconception of him? That he is a man, first and foremost, and he's a great man, and he's willing to lay it all on the line and die for people's entertainment. You understand?
Well, he did say that. I gotta give him credit there. He did say he would die on the shield.
He'll die on the shield, you know, and he don't quit, he don't give up. And a lot of people can sit here and say that loss did something to him. No, it didn't, because that wasn't his ultimate goal. His ultimate, he already accepted the loss, but he also accepted the win, and he also accept how even much hungrier he's going to be getting in there for the trilogy.
Okay, that was a great answer. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
The third fight, I was talking to you when you first got in the gym today, and you were telling me that Deontay Wilder, his mindset right now is just, it's on another level to what it was the second fight or even the first fight. You want to expound upon that for the people out there?
Oh yeah, most definitely. One thing about this quarantine, this quarantine has taught us a lot. Quarantine has allowed us, including Deontay, to look in the mirror for a long time and talk to yourself, talk to himself, talk to myself, you know, talk to ourselves, and reflect on why do you do what you do. A lot of times we lose sight of what actually we mean to not only the public, but what do we mean to ourselves. And Deontay has had an opportunity to do that because, mind you, he was one of the most active fighters, so it was very rare that he had the opportunity to take some time and reflect on himself.
Yeah. What
this game means to him and what he means to the game. And now his mindset is kill or be killed. His mindset is eat or be eaten. His mindset is he's doing this for a reason, and he refused to let anybody take that away from him. So, like I said before, that loss didn't do anything but feed his hungriness. Feed it. Because the only thing that he thinks about is how somebody's taking food out of his kid's mouth, and how somebody is taking money out of his pocket, and how somebody is not taking his culture seriously. And that's what he's gonna take going into the trilogy. His mind is so strong right now. And I fear for any man that steps in the way of that. Any man or anything. Because right now his mind is immortal. You can't break something like that. How do you break, and I say this over and over again, how do you break something? How do you break somebody that actually believes that God put them on this earth to be great? You can't break that because he's anointed. And he actually believes that he's on this earth to be great. You can't break this. It's hard to break something like that because he actually believes that. And anytime you believe and you have that self-confidence like that, then guess what? The tongue is gold. Anything you say about yourself, anything you say what's going to happen, it will prevail. It will happen. And that's how we work.
Well, you know, the good book does say life and death is in the power of the tongue, so it's very important.
Amen.
Yeah. That's what makes the fight with Wilder and Fury so interesting, because, you know, you say Wilder is a man of conviction. He really believes that he was put here to do something else. But I've also heard Fury himself kind of talk that way about himself and talk like that in front of Deontay. So that's why I think, you know, the third fight, you know, a lot of people, myself included, I do want to see the Joshua Fury undisputed fight. But this is also a great fight for that reason, and seeing how Wilder can come back, because like I actually went to the Wilder Stavern rematch, and I was there that night when he put Stavern out, and I remember there was like this it's energy in the arena.
Oh, yeah.
You can't, it's hard to describe if you weren't there, but
Most definitely.
he walked into 50 Cent Many Men, and
Yes.
he went in there and he just puts the run out. I don't know
Most
how long it was, but
Most definitely.
what I wanted to ask you is, with Wilder, how great do you think he's going to be when it's all said and done? He puts those gloves up.
One of the greatest. One of the greatest. Why? Why is he one of the greatest? Why was Muhammad Ali one of the greatest? Muhammad Ali lost. Why was he one of the greatest? Because it stood for something more than boxing. What do you do? What energy do you bring to the world? What is your place? Is it just in a square circle? Like, what energy do you bring to the world? Why did we call him the greatest? Why? He lost. He lost. We seen it. He lost.
He called himself that before anybody else did.
Thank you. But when Deontay do it, why is there a problem? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I sit back and I think the world didn't like Muhammad Ali either at that time because of what he stood for. So Deontay is facing the same ridicule. But when he's out the game, what is he gonna mean to the game? He's gonna be a legend, not because of boxing, not because of his wins, not because of his losses, but because of what he brought to the world. He brought a voice to his culture. And he's gonna continue doing that through wins, through losses. He's gonna continue bringing voices to his culture. And that's what it's about. And that means everything to me than him getting there and being undefeated. What do you give to your culture? What do you give to the world? You know, and it's a lot of missing puzzles to our culture. And I'm just happy that he's a piece of the puzzle that can make our culture better and allow our culture to have a voice on that platform.
Absolutely. Do you recall the first time you ever met Deontay Wilder?
I recall it. You know, he was only 6 months in the boxing.
Really?
Yeah, so I walked in the boxing gym, seeing the skinny guy get his story all the time. And I was already a professional athlete in track and field, traveling the world. And I walked into the gym, seeing this skinny 6'7" guy. He weighed probably like 170 something, you know. And I asked him, what do he want to do with boxing? And I had seen him training over and over again. He worked hard. And he said he had to take care of his little daughter that has spinal bifida.
Yeah.
He misunderstood my question. I understand all that, you know. But what do you want to do with boxing? And he said, oh, I want to become the heavyweight champion of the world. I said, well, you keep working the way you do, you're going to be the heavyweight champion of the world. That was our first conversation that we ever had with each other. Now fast forward.
Yeah.
The tongue is a powerful thing.
That sounds familiar. That sounds similar to, like, I did an interview. I don't know if you remember Calvin Brock. He was the heavyweight contender back in the 2000s. He said something similar. He ran into Deontay in a gym. I think it might have been in Alabama or somewhere.
Yeah, Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. And he said, you know, I think when he met him, Deontay was 2 years into boxing, and he said, listen, man, if you keep at it, you're really good. Like, you're gonna go somewhere with it. So
why do people forget what the great Emmanuel said? Emmanuel was special. Emmanuel seen things that the world couldn't see. If you remember, you go to YouTube, you fast forward to Emmanuel.
Fight News YouTube channel. It's on Fight News. He said that
Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury would be your 2 top heavyweight champions of the world. He said that before he died. He said Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury will be the next great heavyweight champions. What happened? The tongue is gold.
Yeah.
The tongue is gold. You understand what I'm saying? So do it happen by coincidence? Or is that the way that the universe works? You understand? Everything can't be by coincidence. All the stars got to be aligned somehow that works in your favor when somebody says, you know, things about you. I didn't know I was going to be an Olympic coach, but I did know I want to change lives. You understand?
Yeah.
But I was already being molded by my mentors to be one of the best coaches in the game. You understand? So the tongue is powerful, and all the stars lined up perfectly for my situation. You know? So just like Deontay, you know, he's special. Love him, hate him, but at the end of the day, nobody was looking at the heavyweight fights until he got the belt.
At least in America, yeah.
At least not in America. You understand? You understand? So, you know, people forget about that. You know? Oh, he didn't fight nobody. You fight.
I'm good on that one, champ.
You fight. And let's see how different that outcome will be. Matter of fact, don't fight him. Train like he do. Make an Olympic team. You understand what
And
I'm
medal.
saying? Yeah, get a medal. But make an Olympic team for USA. Let's see how easy it is. You understand? So don't write him off yet, public.
Fair enough. After the fight, there was a lot of like things that came out in the media about things with his costume and,
Right.
and Mark Breland and things like
Right.
that. Do you want to clarify any of that stuff that came out in the media?
Me, you know, a lot of people say they hate the media. I love them. The reason I love them is because without the media, I believe that without a ridicule, sometimes that certain media platforms give, you won't be as hungry as you need to be to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Deontay didn't even do an interview after that fight.
Yeah, I know.
Was the costume heavy? Yes. Now what? Yes, the costume was heavy. When have you ever seen me get in the ring, and let down a rope for Deontay? Was the costume heavy? Yes, it was very heavy. Did we know when Deontay was gonna walk out? No, we didn't. So he stayed on his feet the whole time in a heavy ass costume. You understand? A lot of people say, but he trains in a weight vest. I'm a strength and conditioning coach now. This is for all you people that really don't know how training goes. For my Olympic athletes and for my professional athletes and for my athletes, period. It don't matter if they're 11 years old to 30-something years old. I don't put a weight vest on them, on their asses, right before a competition. Be a person of logic and understanding. So when you make comments like, "Ah, but he trains in a weight vest,"
Yeah.
put a weight vest on and go compete on the highest level. Minutes before. Matter of fact, put a weight vest on, only spend 10 minutes in that weight vest, and go compete in a championship. Go compete at the Olympics. Go compete in just a regular or normal competition. Let's see how it works out for you. You understand?
I understand what you're saying.
Was the costume heavy? Yes. But what do that mean? Like, he didn't come out with that excuse. He didn't even do no interview. He still yet haven't done really an interview.
Yeah, the
You ain't heard nothing from him.
The world's kind of waiting for a Deontay Wilder
Yeah,
interview.
the only interview he did it with when
PBC, I think.
No, when he
Post
when
fight.
he did the when everybody was marching
Yeah.
for Black Lives Matter, and he came out with it wasn't even an interview. He came out with a video for
poem.
George Floyd.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, that's it. You know, other than that, he's rehabilitating his body and mind and soul to get ready for the trilogy. You understand? So people can say what they want. He don't care about that. Yes, his costume was heavy. Now what? You understand what I'm saying? He's still gonna fight. You know what I mean? So he don't come up with excuses. He never have and never will. He's gonna give facts. He's gonna give what happened, and it's on the public or the media to believe it or not. At the end of the day, we're not living in this world for anybody to believe us. We're living in this world for us to make a difference. That's it.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, the costume was heavy, but that wasn't really a major issue. Like, it was an issue, but he didn't care about that because at the end of the day, he's still a fighter. He still feel like he can win.
How about all the stuff that apparently happened with Mark Breland? They said like, I don't know.
Do you want to go out on the shield? And that's all I can say about that situation. I stay in my lane as a strength and conditioning
Yeah,
coach.
fair enough.
You understand? So what happened between them two, that's between them two. With me, you know, and this ain't even a political answer.
Okay.
This is I just keep it real. I'm focused on doing my job the best way I know how.
Absolutely.
To make sure that he gets in that ring 100% fit. You understand? So, you know, they handle the ring stuff. I handle making sure that he's able to get in there and last the rounds and be explosive and make sure his agility is on point, and I stay in my lane with that. You know.
Okay. Well, any message to the boxing fans in the world that you want to give to them about Deontay Wilder and this third fight?
Hey, give him his flowers while he's here. Don't wait until he's gone to give him his flowers. Give him his flowers while he's here, because he's here for a reason, and he's not going to be here forever. you know, and I'm talking about the boxing game, you know, but just give him his flowers, you know. He loved every last one of his fans. He loved the people that's not his fans. Because at the end of the day, you're going to pay to see him win, you're going to pay to see him lose.
All right, any message to the boxing world about Deontay Wilder in the third fight?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, support him, you know, at the end of the day. You know, he's enough for you guys' entertainment, risking his life. You know, give him his flowers now. Give him his flowers now while he's in the game. Don't wait until he's out the game. You know, he's special. You know, it's one of them things where he's going to give you 120% of himself. You know, and just give him his flowers while he's here, because he's not going to be in this game forever. You know, so please, even those that hate him, you know, understand that he's in there for you guys. He's in there, you know, for you guys' entertainment. His family, you know, and he's going to continue to grind. He's going to continue to work hard, and you know, be on the lookout for his comeback, because he will be back. You know, blessings to every last one of y'all. If you want to see me, or go to my page at True Fitted Athletics on IG. Please support him, support me, and Squad, baby.
There you have it. Thank you. Thank you for talking True School Sports.
Please be on the lookout for True School Sports. They're your #1 YouTube for boxing, baby. I'm out.
There you have it.
Let's go, champ. It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon Briggs, and you're watching True School Sports. Let's go, champ.
When I make myself crystal clear, you flip to Cape Phil when I lace you up in Zaire. Tussle with a lasso in the Royal Rumble. Separate boys from men in the conscious jungle.